Yura, and welcome to Term 3, Week 5 of our Religious Education Prosper Pilgrimage. And just a reminder to everyone that these short videos are an attempt to assist you on your faith and life journey. I've tried to present these as an invitation to deepen your connection with Jesus, each other, the Oblates, and our school and wider community. So it is to your heart that I'm directing these messages. Your families chose Iona as the community that they wish to work with in raising you, and these invitations of faith that we are giving are part of that relationship. Every single one of you is valued, loved, and cherished, even if it's hard at times to accept that. This week's character strength is leadership, and for the student body of the college, this is located at surprisingly number 21, which offers great opportunities for growth. For me, this character strength is at number 7, and I've had to call upon it many times in recent years in my role as a principal and a rector at Mazenod College in Victoria and here at our home, Iona. The great learning I hope to share with you is that every single one of you is called to be a leader in your own unique way. It doesn't require a badge, a certificate, or even any public recognition. There are opportunities for leadership in every class, sports team, music group, lunchtime activity, public transport, tuck shop line, friendship group, and it goes on. This is one of the reasons behind our OMAT, Oblate Mission Action term, which sees each house and primary year level with a number of opportunities to lead the college and to raise awareness and funds for those most in need around the world. During the recent sadnesses of the deaths of our young Ionians, there was an incredible service and leadership displayed that cared greatly for those in need. Our Year 12s and senior students were strong in their care and concern for the younger boys in ways that will never be fully known but always appreciated. It is their leadership expression in unique individual and group contexts that will see them remembered for the rest of Iona's history, and I know that that means a lot to many of them. I think that a leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And I'd like to share with you some of the ways that Jesus demonstrated leadership during his earthly life and the invitation to us to see a modern translation of that. Was Jesus Christ a great leader? Even putting aside religious and spiritual beliefs, no one in history has been more discussed, more worshipped, had more songs or books written about them, and inspired more art. He also created one of the world's most sustained organizations, the church. And so Jesus was certainly a leader from whom lessons can be learnt and applied in today's world. And here are 4 timeless, powerful leadership lessons. Great leaders lead from the inside out. Jesus focused on personal leadership first, matters of character. At the core of these matters of character is integrity. And without integrity, no one will follow you. And if no one's following you, you are not leading. Leadership is truly an inside job. Your leadership skills will only take you as far as your character will allow. Jesus had a unique and a pure heart and an unfailing character, and the more work you put into your heart and character, the more others will want to follow you. Great leaders are great storytellers. Jesus' stories have certainly withstood the test of time. His preferred storytelling style was the parable. Stories are richer, more powerful, and longer lasting than just giving directives or instructions. Look at your own life for stories that have relevant messages for your team and your group of friends. We all have them. And turn your stories into coaching tools for future leaders to build upon your leadership legacy. Great leaders are great servants. Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, even during his most trying time. And great leaders today see themselves as serving their teams and friends, equipping, encouraging, coaching them to realize some potential. Leadership is about others and not you. Great leaders balance conviction with compassion. Jesus held strong convictions and values while still showing tremendous compassion to others who did not share these same convictions. And likewise, today's great leaders are clear about their values and expectations, while being sensitive to the people behind the student or the employee. This balance engages people's heart and minds, and it motivates them to give all of their effort, and it's what's called passionate performance. Remember that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Our own Australian saint, Mary MacKillop, challenged us with a quote which said, "Never see a need without making a response." And this resonates deeply with Iona, and we want you to keep growing that for the benefit of our local community. And I'd like to share with you some ideas of the type of leadership that both Mr. Goodwin and I try to offer at Iona. Our leadership structure here is unique in having a rector and a principal, and it came about to really value the Oblate ministry and at the same time respect the significant responsibilities in running a school. We are called to work together in partnership with your families to help each of you grow. And at times our decisions are not popular and we are accountable for those decisions. What motivates them is a fierce determination for your safety. Not so that you are wrapped in cotton wool, but so that you have every chance to thrive and keep making discoveries of your character and potential, and are being invited to grow in your relationship with God and the church. At times, the word no can be the most loving and forming word that your parents and teachers can use. These no's help you determine where the best yeses can be found, and when you're working your way through your development and maturity. St. Eugene de Mazenod, the founder of the Oblates of Mary Immaculate, was declared a saint on December the 3rd, 1995, meaning that in a few months, we'll be celebrating the 25th anniversary of this great occasion for the Oblates and the world. And St. John Paul II said this: "His influence was not limited to the age in which he lived, but continues its effect in our time." What St. Eugene de Mazenod wanted to achieve was that in Christ, every single person could become a fully complete person, an authentic Christian, a credible saint. The Church gives us this great founder of the Oblates of Mary Immaculate, an example of heroic faith, hope and charity and love. And what was his dream? When St. Eugene entered the seminary of Saint-Sulpice in Paris, he had a clear ideal that he would be a servant and a priest of the poor. He was ordained in 1812, and when his dream uppermost in his mind, he asked the bishop not to assign him to a parish, but to allow him to work with youth, the prisoners and the poor. In later life, Eugene encouraged the Oblates to treat people as human beings first, then as Christians, and maybe then finally help them to become saints. This was leadership that translates well into our modern world with our support of Oblate Mission Action Term and Rosies. And I'd like to set a bit of a challenge to our Iona community at number 21 as we continue to look for ways to develop our strengths. I would like to encourage each of you to make suggestions, to submit ideas, take ownership and help support leadership options in your house, your tutor group, your class, your sports or your music teams. Help lift this necessary character strength within our community, because sometimes people believe what you say, but they will always believe what you do. I encourage your leadership to be confident and humble, and this will prepare us for next week's character strength, which is humility. This week, the Oblates are on their Oblate retreat, and I ask you to please keep us in your prayers as we'll be keeping you in ours. I know that leadership looks and feels and sounds as different as the many people that are here. So thank you, kia kaha, God bless your leadership. We need it. Thank you.